y'all a minute to slide in. Because we going to talk about this, Pippins. We going to talk about it. Pardon me, guys. I'm just giving you guys a minute to get in here so that at least some people have a clue what I'm talking about, from the beginning. So just bear with me for a minute. Stare at my ugly mug until I get going. Or, do the dishes, fold some fucking clothes, work out. Hopefully some of you guys are out there getting your workout in while you're listening to me. Hopefully I've inspired that in some people. It's a beautiful morning. I went to a comedy show last night. Stayed up. I was up until 1:30. I'm lying. I was up until like 2:45 in the morning after the comedy show. I went to go see, what's his name? Fuck. Forgot that dude's name. But the first dude, the dude that brought him out, was funny as hell. His name he goes by Ocean. But what is this dude's name, man? Deion Cole. Yeah, I went to see a Deion Cole last night at the Improv in Orange County. And no one wore a mask. No one wore a face flag. Like, it's Orange County, so people weren't wearing face flags. They weren't asking you about no mandates and no hokey pokeys. They weren't asking about none of that shit. But California, or LA, starting next month, they're going to start enforcing a hokey pokey passport to get damn near into anywhere. So I might these motherfuckers is crazy, man. Anyway, I'm sure you guys are aware, because you guys are pretty up on things, you know what I'm saying? People that support me, people that watch my content, you guys are pretty well informed about what's going on in the world. You guys are pretty smart. So I'm sure you heard about this Timothy Simpkins shooting. Timothy Simpkins is this young kid. He's 18 years old. And he was attending high school, and he allegedly shot a couple people and injured two others. People who want to change their point of view on shit, they're going to say he shot 4 people, but no, he didn't shoot 4 people. 2 people were shot, and another 2 were injured in unspecified ways. All right, so two people shot, 2 other people injured unspecifically, if that's the proper phrasing. Anyway, so it's a black kid, Timothy Simpkins, black kid. Now, here's the background. Here's the context. The kid was getting bullied. The kid was getting his money taken by these bullies. There's video evidence of that. These kids, they videotape everything nowadays. They don't help people. They videotape. Well, back in my day, when there was bullying, nobody helped you then either. So it's all good. It is what it is. That's what kids do, right? The best thing you can do is teach kids how to defend themselves by any means necessary. And essentially, that's what this kid did. By any means necessary, he defended himself. All right? If we go by what the story is, if we go by what the narrative is, if we go by what they tell us about this situation, he was defending himself. Now, apparently he's being bullied by not just one guy. It was like a few guys, a few kids. So, I mean, I'm gonna give you guys the reality of life. I'm gonna give you guys, unless you're a hella seasoned martial artist, and I'm not talking about like kung fu demonstrator. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about someone who actually fights, someone who spars on a regular basis, someone who trains, someone who's conditioned, someone who knows what they're doing, someone who knows, has great reflexes. Unless you're somebody like that, you're not fighting off or keeping off multiple attackers like that. The best thing to do, if you know that you are being attacked by someone, or if you're constantly being attacked by somebody, and it's a few guys, I feel like the best thing to do, if you're not capable of fighting multiple guys at once, let's say it's 2 or 3 guys, the best thing you do is you take out the toughest guy with your best punch, or a low kick to the, a low kick to the inner thigh, a low kick to the thigh, a low kick below the knee or at the knee, something to just incapacitate that first guy, and then you fucking run. All right. Now, if you're cornered, you're gonna have to take, if you're cornered against a wall or something like that, and there's 3 guys around you, you're gonna have to knock one down to get away, so that you can find yourself an opening. But most people are not gonna fight 3 guys at once and be successful. And if you fight back against these type of people, against bullies, what are they gonna do? They're gonna get more enraged, and they're probably gonna hurt you further and possibly kill you. These bullies are killing people these days. Understand that. Bullies are killing people, intentionally or not. Bullies are killing people. So this kid, Timothy, brought him a gun to school. All right? Brought a gun to school, and like clockwork, these motherfuckers attack him. Start fucking with him. They start tussling. You know what I'm saying? The teacher comes to break it up. The kid pulls out the gun, gets to blasting. Hits 2 people. All right? Clear case of self-defense. Clear case of self-defense. Now, he's in Texas, and he's 18 years old. I'm not sure if the permitless carry applies to 18-year-olds or not. I think it's 8. I think you got to be 21. But regardless, he defended himself against people who constantly attack him. Now, I don't know if he has ever reported these bullying scenarios to the school or whatever, but at some point you're gonna want to do something about somebody fucking with you all the time. You're not gonna continue to let people fuck with you until you do something about it. Whether you do something to yourself or do something to the people that are attacking you. Right? You attack them, or you do something to harm yourself because you're fed up and you don't know what to do with your life. You're a young kid, you're 18 years old, yes, technically grown man, whatever. But obviously, it doesn't matter if you're 18 or 20 if you got 3 motherfuckers fucking with you all the time. So this kid defended himself, as far as I'm concerned, with the information that I have right now. He defended himself, point blank in the motherfucker, period. Understand? Now, there are those out there on the right, these hypocrites, and this is why I don't fuck with them, right? They say a lot of things that I agree with, and then they get to talking out the side of their motherfucking neck. Particularly ABL, who goes off, he does a video about the situation, and goes off into some shit that's not even relevant to the story. Talking about, talking about black privilege. He's essentially saying that we have black people have black privilege in the justice system. And I'm gonna get into that dumb shit later. Matter of fact, I might be compelled to call his ass today during his live stream and ask him what the fuck he was thinking with that stupid shit. Anyway, so of course I'm gonna be a little more tactful, because he's probably gonna kick me off my platform if I come at him like that. But anyway, he defended himself, as far as I'm concerned. What if he had a knife? Well, it could have been the same scenario. They fucking with him, they beating him up, pulls out a knife, gets a slashing, stabbing, whatever. He still could have injured these guys. He just used a particular tool to defend himself. It doesn't matter what tool you defend yourself with. If you're the weaker person and you're being attacked by the stronger person or the stronger people, you need something to level the playing field. And I don't care if it's a fucking howitzer. Understand? I don't care if it's a Gatling gun. You are not going to continue to fuck with me without being fucked with back. Because I'm not going to harm myself. I love myself too much. No, I'm going to harm you for continuing to fuck with me and taking my money and beating me up and all that shit. Fuck that. So, he used a tool that goes bang bang. That's it. As far as I'm concerned. Understand? Now, let's point out the hypocrisy that no one has pointed out. Let's talk about Kyle Rittenhouse. All right? Let's talk about Kyle Rittenhouse, who the right loves so much. The people on the right, they love them some Kyle Rittenhouse. Don't they? They love Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse is the white boy that was in Wisconsin, whatever the fuck, in Nova Scotia, England, whatever the fuck that place is called, I forgot, where there were some riots going on and multiple people attacked him and he killed 2. Shot one in the head, shot one in the chest. He was being attacked. He had a firearm. He was being attacked by multiple people. So he used a tool to level the playing field. He used a tool he had, which happened to be an AR-15. An Armalite rifle 15, not a fucking assault rifle, an Armalite rifle. So that's what he did. He defended himself using his tool. And what did the people on the right do? Oh, well, he was defending himself. It was self-defense, cold blank, point blank and period. You couldn't tell these motherfuckers nothing. It was self-defense 100%. 100%. And I agree. Kyle Rittenhouse killed those guys in self-defense. They were attacking him. They were lunging at him. He didn't know what the fuck they was going to do when they got a hold of him. He didn't know. He defended himself. I agree. Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself. Timothy Simpkins defended himself. So why is it that the people on the right want to hang Timothy Simpkins when he just did what he... Kyle Rittenhouse was 17 years old. Crossed state lines with an AR-15, which is against the law. So they both committed anti-edict actions, I'm not going to say crimes, when they took a firearm where they weren't supposed to take it, right? Where the law said they shouldn't take it. But for Timothy, it's a no-no, and for Kyle Rittenhouse, it's okay. Help me understand the logic. The differences that exist are irrelevant. Okay, so Timothy was in a school, Kyle Rittenhouse was in the streets. Those are the only differences I see. They both were being attacked physically by multiple people. Multiple people were coming at them. They pulled out and fired in defense of themselves against unarmed attackers. One was armed, actually. For Kyle Rittenhouse, one of the guys was armed, but he got his arm shot off. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. But, here's another difference. Kyle Rittenhouse killed his 2 motherfuckers that he shot, killed them, and was out on bail. So why we got the problem with Timothy being out on bail? Timothy didn't kill nobody. Why didn't he get attempted murder? Because he did not attempt to murder them. It was self-defense. You're confused as to why he was out on bail? Because it was aggravated assault with a gun. Oh, yeah, so he got fucking bail. He didn't kill nobody. Nobody died. So why are we confused as to why this dude got bail? Why are we confused? Kyle Rittenhouse got bail. Timothy got bail. Kyle Rittenhouse killed the motherfucker. Timothy didn't. So I don't understand what the problem is. What the problem is? What was it? What was it? So what's up, ABL? Conservative motherfuckers acting like Timothy is the big bad wolf, while Kyle Rittenhouse was able to get out on bail, walk around free, displayed history of violence, whereas Timothy was a victim of violence constantly throughout his school career. But y'all got a problem with Timothy being bailed? The fuck out of here. He didn't kill nobody. He did not commit premeditated murder or premeditated attempted murder. He took that weapon, if you go with the story, right? He took the weapon to defend himself in case he got attacked. That's not premeditated murder. That's it. That's a motherfucker that's prepared. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. That's what that is. So, you pissing and moaning because he out on bail, and now we got black privilege. All of a sudden, after years of denial of white privilege. Oh, there's no such thing as white privilege. There's no such thing as white privilege. A kid who defended himself with a weapon, didn't kill nobody, didn't premeditate the shit, gets out on bail, and now we got black privilege. Now you talking about there's judges out there that always give black people a break because they feel like the blah blah the blue. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? We got black privilege now. We got black privilege? Oh yeah? That's something new. Now let's scream it from the rooftops. This goddamn black privilege. If that was a white man, he'd have been thrown under the jail. Wait a minute. Really? Why isn't Kyle Rittenhouse under the jail? Why didn't he get thrown under the jail? Why is Kyle Rittenhouse out on bail? Now all of a sudden, and this is another thing foolish that ABL said. Oh, acting like white folks don't commit heinous crimes. Some stupid shit out of his mouth talking about white folks, they don't commit the same crime. Yes, they do. White people commit the same crimes as black people at the same rate, except they're not as likely to be noticed or confronted or even investigated by the police. And I proved this with evidence and receipts in a fucking presentation I did over a year ago. They commit the same crimes at the same rate. They just don't get fucking caught as much. They don't get as much scrutiny. They don't get investigated. They don't get pulled over as much. They don't get stopped and harassed by the police as much. So what are you talking about? I swear, these people, man. I swear. And they always talking about race bait this, race bait that. But here you go in the title of your video about Timothy Simpkins talking about black student, blah, blah, blah. Why is it a black student? Why couldn't it just be a student? But other people, you talking about the left of race baiters? You talking about the left always bringing up race? But here you go in your video pointing out that the kid is black. Man, y'all funny. Hold on. Fucking hot as hell all of a sudden. All right, let me see. Shot killings was good. Heard about Lebanon being without power? No, I have not. Hobby Kai. I has highlight says, hit the best guy and get popped from the weakest. Yeah, I mean that's you're not going to win. That's the point. Is not you're going to win. The point is you can get the fuck out of there. You hit the strongest and fucking run. If they're cornering you, you have to do something to fucking incapacitate the motherfucker and get out of there. All right, even if it's a cheap shot, even if you kick him in the balls or punch him in the throat, you know what I'm saying? Hit him with something, hit him with a weapon, and get the fuck out of there. It's not the point is not to win. The point is to get the fuck out of there and try to get out of there unscathed. It's impossible to compare shooting between Texas and a liberal state. Things are different here. Wait. Guns are allowed here in Kenosha, if definitely not Texas. Huh? Oh, you're in Texas? Shouting that clap? Well, no, that's not the point. The point is, I'm not talking about, the only reason I brought that up is because the right says that it's okay. It was okay for Kyle Rittenhouse to break the law and carry that firearm across state lines as a 17-year-old because he ended up defending himself. But Timothy Simpkins shouldn't be able to get bail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy there. Pure grade A hypocrisy. So, I mean, the problem is that we so caught up, well, not we, the right is so caught up trying to prove that white folks ain't racist and white folks don't get privilege, that they'll go to the extremes to be hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? They'll especially black conservatives, they kill me, man. These black conservatives, so-called, they kill me with that shit. They go out of their way to shit on black people to make their white followers feel good. They'll constantly shit on black folks and then talk about other people are race baiting and this, that, and the third. And now we got black privilege because judges, they want to give black people a break and black people, what? It's asinine to me. I mean, look at Dylan Roof, right? Another thing that ABL pointed out is that Timothy Simpkins was unscathed by the police and all this other shit. Look at the treatment Dylan Roof got. Y'all remember Dylan Roof? Went up in a church and killed 9 black people, killed 9 old people who were praising their God in church. And the police handled him with kid gloves and gave him a hamburger and all kind of shit. So they'll sit up here act like black folks. Now all of a sudden black folks are handled with kid gloves by the justice system. Now all of a sudden black folks, we're handled all delicate. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You so busy trying to disprove white privilege, trying to prove that there's no such thing as racism, that when you spew the bullshit, you don't even see how ridiculous you look. Talking about him being able to get bail. Yes, you get bail if it's not an extreme crime. If you didn't freaking murder people premeditatedly and if you're a flight risk. It's not, you don't automatically not get bail just because you shoot somebody. There are other things they take into consideration when they decide whether you get bail or not. It's not just, oh, you shot somebody, oh, no bail for you. That's not how it works. They have to, are you a flight risk? How heinous was the crime? You know what I'm saying? How many crimes have you committed? Are you a repeat offender? Have you run before? There's a number of things they consider. Do you have a lot of money? Do you have a private jet on standby at any time to go leave the country? These are things they consider when they decide what bail is. It's not, oh, you shot somebody, no bail. That's not how it works. So I don't understand the confusion about the bail. Goddamn right he should have got bail. He's an 18-year-old kid who got fed up with the bullying. He took a gun to school. Good for him, to me. Oh, so? I don't understand what the problem is, honestly. I don't understand what Timothy Simpkins did wrong. I really don't. I don't know. Somebody help me out here. What exactly did Timothy Simpkins do? I'm not talking about, you know, what did he do wrong? I know what he did. I know he shot. Yeah, and the teacher got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. But the teacher is fine. These 4 people that got injured, they're going to be okay. You don't want other people, you don't want innocent people to have nothing to do with the conflict that you're in to get hurt. But shit happens, man. You're a teacher. You put yourself in that situation where, you know, you are around a bunch of kids with raging hormones and, you know, violent tendencies with conflicts, and you have to, sometimes you got to step in and be the buffer and break shit. That's what happens. You know, there are a lot worse things have happened to people who break up fights where the fight did not involve a gun, right? I was at an on-post bar, an on-post club when I was in Korea in the Army, and a fight broke out, right? A fight broke out. I think one of those support sergeant for one of those support MOSs tried to break up the fight. Well, one of the guys that were fighting accidentally hit him in the back of the head, and he died instantly. He got hit in the back of the head in that sweet spot, and he died, breaking up a fight. This shit happens. It's sad. You don't want it to happen, but the shit happens. You know, it doesn't take a gun. He just used the tool of choice to defend himself. Dylan Roof ran up in a church and just started blasting away at people. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get bail or nothing, I don't think, but nonetheless, it's not like he was quartered and fucking hung and like that. He fucking, you know, they didn't just go in and start shooting him. I don't understand what this comparison is. I don't understand how we go from, oh, this kid, he shot some people that was bullying him, and no, we're supposed to hang him. What are we're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what would satisfy the right. What would satisfy you people on the right? What do you want to happen to Timothy Simpkins right now? You don't want to wait for the context to come out. You don't want to wait for the full story. You want him to suffer hell on earth because he's black, and you feel like, what's the problem? Is it because he's black? If he was white, would ABL have any problem with what Timothy Simpkins did? If Timothy Simpkins was a white man, a white boy, would he have a problem with him being bailed out? Would he even have something to talk about? Would he even have this to? Would this even be a thing for him to talk about if Timothy Simpkins was white? If Timothy Simpkins was white, would he have a problem with him being bailed? Would he have a problem with any of that shit? Would he even have a problem with the dude using a firearm to defend himself? Would there be a problem if Timothy Simpkins was white? I want you guys to ask yourselves that question. And the reason I feel like if Timothy Simpkins was white, he would not have anything to talk about is because he had to be so quick to point out that Timothy Simpkins was black. And then start going into how black people got privilege in the justice system. Black privilege. I coined that, y'all. Thanks to ABL. ABL inspired me to coin the phrase black privilege in the justice system. You people want to talk about there's no privilege, right? Because you don't want to acknowledge that there's a such thing as white privilege. Let me explain to you why there's white privilege. Because the ruling class, okay, is made up of white people. It's simple as that. The ruling class, understand, the ruling class, the dominant culture is made up of mostly white people. Why is that relevant? Because they're white. And of course, they're going to have curry favor, or white people are going to curry favor from the white dominant culture. That's nature. You understand that's just human nature. That's human conditioning. Just like if I own a black restaurant, I'm going to hire mostly black staff. I'm letting y'all know that right now. So in my little sphere of influence, in my little world in my restaurant, in my little country, there's going to be black privilege. Because guess what? I'm going to hire family members and friends who are made up of what? Black people. Now, they're going to have some skills. They're going, you know what I'm saying? I want to hire skilled workers that are going to do what? That are probably going to be black. Now, while I hire some white folks, I might. But I'm going to probably deliberately hire some black folk. That's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, friends, family, you know, that's how I grew up. I grew up around black people. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I hate white folks, right? That don't mean that I'm going to say, oh, the white people can't patronize my business. I'm not even saying that I'm not going to have white staff, but it's probably going to be mostly black staff. Sorry, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Do I want some diversity? Sure. But it's not really that important for me to just have some diversity. You know what I'm saying? It just so happens that overall, by and large, in the country, in this government that we are ruled under, and this is the difference. If you come work for me, you know, there might be some black privilege, but guess what? It's voluntary. You don't have to come to my business. You don't have to patronize my business. You don't have to apply. You don't have to do any of that. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm not going to force you to pay taxes to me. I'm not going to do any of that. That's the difference. But when you're dealing with a government that is dominated by white folks, there's going to be some white privilege. And you know what I'm saying? It's on a larger scale and a more you know, impactful scale. For me, if I own my business as a black owned business and I want to hire some black folks, it's not going to have that great of an impact on society. You just go to another restaurant, go to the restaurant across the street where they have a white owner and there's mostly white people in there. I don't have a problem with that. But when you're talking about rulers, and the rulers are dominated by white folks, that's just the bottom line to it. That's just the bottom line. The justice system, the judicial branch, the legislative branch, all that shit. This is what it is. Shouting at Cloud says, Shotgun says I should have took a gun to school too. Yeah, like why not? Antonio, Arlington, Texas is like Area 51. There are a lot of strange news coming out of that area. It's a military base town area. Yeah, it's probably a psyop. Arlington, Texas is a psyop central. It's the only place in Texas where they actually did Operation Warp Speed, busting into retirement homes with military injection old people. What? Really? I didn't know about that. Habakkuk, there's only one black conservative who I think is the worst when it comes to being hypocritical, and that's Tommy Sotomayor. He's a clown. I don't even watch his shit. I can't take a dude like that seriously. Jane Miller said, I feel like the teachers were trying to de-escalate the situation. They just happened to get caught in the crossfire. Exactly. For real. Timothy was just shooting his enemies. He had no intention of hurting others. And I'm not even sure if he shot the teacher. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even sure. I know he shot 2 people. 2 people got shot. 4 people got injured. Nobody died. What's the problem with the bail? What's the problem with the bail? Innocent till proven guilty, right? Can you factor in the gun privilege we have in Texas into your equation? Gun privilege. What's that mean? Hey, what's up, Xander? I didn't grow up with guns, though. Had no access to one. Shouting at clouds, what you mean cannot factor in a gun privilege? Are you personifying a gun? Is that what you're doing? Are you anthropomorphizing a gun? A gun is a tool. That's all it is. The idea that, you know, when you say gun violence and gun this and gun that, as if guns are doing these things, or guns are inanimate objects. They're not people. They don't have souls. They don't have brains. They're not smart. They're just tools. They're hunks of metal, right? With a firing pin. And they're pointless. They're useless without a freaking bullet. If they don't have a bullet in it, then they're pointless unless you use it to bludgeon somebody. It's a tool. Gun privilege. Hey, Catman don't. 100 says, hi everyone. I just checked the Cannon Hennett is still dead. So Cannon Hennett, that young boy, I covered that. I don't know. He's dead. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate Cannon Hennett is dead. But I mean, what do you want me to do about it? Outside is how about the spoon or fork privilege? Exactly. Bat privilege. What about hammer privilege? I don't know. Shouting at clouds, man. Explain to me what you mean by gun privilege. It's a tool. It's a tool. Are you saying that you have an issue with Texas's permitless carry? I don't. I feel like everybody should enjoy permitless carry all over the country. You know, once your children can demonstrate safe use of a firearm, they should be able to enjoy it too, no matter what age they are. Once they reach an age where they can demonstrate that they can safely use that weapon and are efficient and proficient and take it and have a sense of responsibility about it, they should be able to carry too. I don't understand what the problem is. We let our kids jump out of trees. We let our kids, we let our kids do all kind of shit. Yes, that's kind of what I'm saying. Guns are considered just another tool in Texas. And I think a lot of outrage is the fact that the student had a gun. That's the problem they have on the left. Because they're going to use that and say, see what happens when you do permitless carry? But permitless carry for people over 21, that's irrelevant. Like, y'all need to understand that these laws don't stop shit, right? What these laws do is create a way for the government to collect fines and slave labor in their prison system. That's what it does. It makes you a slave to the system even further. It adds chains to it adds links to your chain of enslavement. That's all it does. That's all these laws do. They don't prevent anything. So for them to act like this happened because we have permitless carry in Texas, permitless carry is for 21 and older. It's not for people 18. So he didn't even what are we talking about here? We I don't understand it, man. Like why? It's like every day we inch closer and closer to idiocracy. I don't know if y'all seen that movie. It's just becoming more and more idiocracy. Real shit. I was watching a comedian yesterday. Went to the show. Dude Ocean, right? Now we get in there, he's doing his jokes. He was funny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. But he was talking about white people. He said white people, he was talking about, I'm getting tired of the Modelo 19. I'm getting tired of Modelo 19. Ain't y'all getting tired of Modelo 19? We was like, fuck yeah, right? And he said, well, white people, and he's basically saying that white folks love the V word. They love getting snapped, right? And he said when he see white people yelling vax and all the other shit, right? He's basically clowning people for like being pro V, right? Why does he say at the end of the joke, after the joke, everybody go get snapped? Why are you telling the people to go get snapped when you just clown white people for being pro snap? What are we talking about here? You see what I'm saying? I'm looking around like y'all what the fuck? No, he's out on bond. He had $75,000 bond, and people had a problem with it. I don't understand why they had a problem with it. Yeah, he's out on bond. That's a great movie. It shows the IQ collectively going down and the judicial system going with it. Yeah, we're headed toward idiocracy. Like, you could see the shit plain today. Like, I'm not a fucking genius. If I can see this shit, so should everybody else should be able. I don't understand. I'm not that fucking bright. I'm not super intelligent. I'm not a fucking genius. You know what I'm saying? Never have been. I prefer to exercise common sense. I pay attention to detail, and I can see the fucking discrepancies when people when shit happens. I like to see what's going on instead of looking at what's going on, which there's a huge difference. If you see what's going on, you see everything. You can easily spot the anomalies. But when you focus or look at a particular thing, then you start getting tunnel vision, and your peripheral vision is out of whack. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand how, just like ABL, like, how could you not see your hypocrisy? Go back. Like, if you're going to be full of shit, if you're going to be intellectually dishonest, you might want to stay on point and be consistent with your talking points so that people like me don't easily point out your hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? Be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure he defended Kyle Rittenhouse's, self-defense. I mean, to me, it's the same type of situation. Different scenarios completely, but same overall, like, what matters, it's the same, right? You're being attacked. You use a weapon to defend yourself. Boom, that's it. Kyle Rittenhouse killed people, got out on bail. Timothy Simpkins did not kill anybody. He got out on bail. I don't have a problem with Kyle Rittenhouse being out on bail. I don't have a problem with Timothy fucking Simpkins being out on bail. But because I'm consistent. I looked at the videos of Kyle Rittenhouse. I looked at the videos. I saw he was being attacked. I saw he tried his best to remove himself from the situation. They didn't give him a choice. Self-defense. Now, by the laws, man-made laws told him that he shouldn't have had that firearm with him. I don't care about that. I'm an outlaw. I'm fuck that law. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't have a problem with what Kyle Rittenhouse did. But if you don't have a problem with what Kyle Rittenhouse did, and you look at the story of what happened with Timothy Simpkins, you can't have a problem with what Timothy Simpkins did and be considered intelligent or be considered intellectually honest. Either you're stupid or you're intellectually dishonest. And I don't think ABL is stupid. So, La Finagla. Jenny Miller says, out of the 4 people he shot, 2 were students and the others were teachers, but 1 was pregnant. So I think that's where the charges against him shooting the 2 teachers along with an infant. No, he didn't. Now, as far as when I looked into it, did he actually shoot all 4 people, or did 2 people get shot and 4 total get injured? I know 2 people got shot for sure, and I know the other 2 had unspecified injuries from last I looked. I don't know if it was the teachers or not. Rittenhouse went with the intent. He made comments before and had no business to protest with the gun. Tomio B, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I don't care what he said before he got there. I'm going by what I saw in the video where he didn't just start pointing at people and shooting indiscriminately. You understand? He was being chased down. There were gunshots going off behind him. He turned and reflectively fired on someone who was lunging at him. I know that for a fact. I saw that. And then the second time, he was being chased again. He was not engaging these people. He was being chased down, got knocked to the ground, hit upside the head or almost hit upside the head with a skateboard, and he fired. I don't care what he said. I don't care if he said, I'm going to kill a bunch of people today. If he demonstrates that he was actually being attacked and he had no other choice but to fire, then I don't see what the problem is. And that's what I saw. Baby Yoda said, I heard he was getting picked on from gangs at the school daily. Yeah, he was getting bullied. Shining Cloud says, I see if you're jumping in front of somebody with a gun, you can't say I got shot. You have to say I got myself shot, like the teacher. I mean, listen, more power to that teacher, man. You know, they tried to do something noble. I don't have a problem with what the teacher did. You know, he or she threw themselves in front to save somebody's life. I understand. Like, look, that's noble. But that doesn't mean that Timothy did anything wrong. Timothy did what he did. I'm sorry. I can't not say that it was self-defense. It was self-defense. Point blank in a period, cut and dry, from what I understand from the story that I read. And ABL did defend Kyle in his bailout, so it's kind of he's a hypocrite. And I can't wait to call him today. And that's exactly it. Now I know ABL's intelligent. He's gonna try to come with some bullshit that has nothing. He's gonna deflect. But I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him out on that shit. Like, look, man. Kyle Rittenhouse. And look, this is what he said. Learn how to fight to Timothy. Well, maybe Kyle Rittenhouse should have learned how to fight. How about that? Maybe Kyle Rittenhouse should have learned how to fight instead of shooting a rifle at people. I could say that, but I'm not going to, because guess what? You don't know what they have. You don't know if they got a knife. They might have Mexican judo. They might know Mexican judo. You don't know if I got a gun. You don't know if I got a knife. You don't know if I got a Molotov cocktail. You don't know what the fuck I got. Sorry. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I got to get up at this farmer's market and get to shopping for the fam. Like, share, subscribe. I'm probably going to call ABL tonight because I can't let him get away with that shit. I got to point out the hypocrisy because no one else will. Because, you know, it's a big old echo chamber over there. So Much love. I'll holler at y'all later. And I might do another live stream tomorrow morning. For Ruckin' Live. So we'll see about that. No, Dead Mike, ABL is not the truth, especially not on this one. Sorry. ABL, the hypocrite. Not the truth, the hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. Sorry. And I'm going to demonstrate that to him tonight. So much love, peace out, and I'll holler at y'all later.